Hello and welcome to another anime lore and theory video. I'm Shagok, your host, and today we are going to take a closer look at more powerful beings that are not related to Ainsulgon and his great Tomb of Nezarec in any way, shape or form. But before we're going to take a closer look at any of this, let me quickly thank my Patreons for supporting this channel and say my thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. And with that said, let's start with the topic at hand. Besides the 8 kings of Everis, who controlled the entire continent, where Ainsulgon now currently resides, and the 6 players who founded the theocracy of Slain and saved humanity from otherwise certain extinction, there were other powerful players and NPCs who came from Yggdrasil to the New World and left their marks there. The Goblin King traveled through the lands with a human woman, which at first sounds like a certain Mr. Slayer, first name Goblin, should seek an audience with this good king. However, he was actually likely also a player, as it is reported that he treated the human woman well and had no issues with humans in general. Likely because simply he was still one in spirit. Additionally, the Goblin King not only impressed the ladies, but also fought against mighty dragons and defeated them. Just for comparison, even the strongest goblins from Enri, those with the Red Riding Hood, are still weaker than most dragons and are at best as strong as Udarsir Dark Halil, and normal goblins are so weak that they would likely be defeated en masse by Hanjamal, the Hikikomori dragon. So this enormous difference between the Goblin King and normal goblins is quite remarkable. Also, the Goblin Kingdom therefore might have even been founded by the Goblin King, that one known from legend, rather than by a random, normal goblin monarch. Furthermore, it was explicitly mentioned that the Goblin King fought dragons with an ash branch, which was likely a world-class item, since world items are akin to wild magic, and wild magic counters wild magic, so therefore it makes one immune to the dragon's magic. And this would also explain why he could defeat them. Also, since world items seem to be a prerequisite to even enter the new world, this story makes a lot of sense. So this Goblin King was likely extremely overpowered, at the very least, in relation to the new world. And the same applies to other legendary and mythical heroes mentioned in the Legends of the New World, a knight who rides a 3-headed dragon, or a hero soaring through the sky, and many more. However, it's not only the players themselves who are powerful. They also brought NPCs with them into the new world or created them there. And this brings us to Rufus, the first servant of Surshana. And we don't know much more about him other than these 2 facts, that he's the first servant of this undead Overlord. But Surshana has stopped being undead for over 500 years by now, and now simply is just dead. The 8 Great Kings had crushed him, which means that Rufus is at the very least 500 years old. And if he is the first servant of Surshana and still alive, he must have witnessed a lot, not only from Surshana, but also from the other 5 players who founded the theocracy. It would certainly be interesting if Surshana's knowledge fell into the hand of Ainsulgon, perhaps through control on that, or by finding another way to collaborate with Surshana. However, this might not be as simple as you might expect, because we know that Ainsulgon can create very powerful undead creatures, especially if he sacrifices his experience points for it. In other words, Surshana might not just be an ordinary skeletal mage like Titus Aeneus Secundus, who manages the forbidden library of Ashurbanipal in Nezarec, but rather an overlord, a grim reaper Thanatos, a deaf emperor, or perhaps a Doom Lord, who must constantly be supplied with negative energy to avoid perishing, similar to the God Emperor from Warhammer 40k. In any case, he is an important eyewitness, and could have accumulated enormous amounts of knowledge. This means that even if he is just a skeletal mage, he would still be extremely powerful, because he could guide the theocracy in a certain direction with all of his knowledge, and he would know how to wield it. Finally, we come to the 5 realms within the continent that vie for dominance. Even though the western end of the continent is extremely dangerous for humans, the interior is even more dangerous than the entire rest of it. We also have already seen how powerful a single representative of one of the 5 realms is, the war troll Gogin. And Gru was also such a war troll, and he dominated an entire portion of the Forest of Top. And there's reason to believe that one would find mighty creatures within the continent's interior that could perhaps rival the Elf King Dakem Hugin or other such powerful beings, not to mention the potential descendants of the Minotaur King, who might defend the realm of their great-great-grandfather. They still might also be around. Oh, and Platinum's power increases the further one ventures into the east of the continent, which means that if he has allies like Azud Aindra and Rigert Berskaru in the east, in the west of the continent, and essentially governs an entire state at the western end, then it is possible that he has even more powerful allies in the east of it. Allies that could be not with a armor of reinforcement or any other aid, be naturally as strong as, for example, the Pleiades battlemates. Additionally, there is a certain person who is said to sleep in a sunken city, essentially Anime Cthulhu, and it would not be very surprising if she becomes a factor when the theocracy is done for, and it comes down to Ainz versus the Dragon Lords and their allies. And with that said, now it's your turn. What do you think about these powerful beings of the New World, and about of the video and the incredible knowledge that they hold? Yes, they hold videos of mine. Jokes aside, let me know it down in the comment section. And while you type, I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Ada Daddy Ada, ASK, Bad Guy Ye, Bad Burrito 316, Bizarre, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Din Pep, Dragonlord Placido Saxophone, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feralchivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Love Razor, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, Oh Hell No, Normal Toad, Oakhill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Phantom, Personage, Primus 11, Rhinomere, Cune Caracos P, Shagox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Sir Axolotl, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rock Edsmasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, Xenukai und Sonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon on my next video.